I'm really excited about burger. My favorite color is 12.
I don't remember why I wrote that.
I forgot to feed my cat in the morning, and so he said to me, I'm really excited about burger. I'm really excited about burger. 2 buns, meat patty, bowl of lettuce. That's not how it works. I'm really excited about burger. I brought my children to a midnight viewing of Veggie Tales 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Want to get Subway?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Y'all have been waiting long enough. What a lovely, calming music. As I draw these silly characters screaming their heads off. Usually in a car of some sort. Well, we don't have anyone right now, so to anyone who may be watching the VOD later, hello, welcome to a calming, collected, mature stream where we draw masterpieces. Oh shoot, you can see some of my... Wait. You can see my Spotify playlist. They're cringe. Okay, there we go. Well, that's in the VOD now. There's a lot of stuff that was in the last VOD. Am I gonna delete those? No, I'm too lazy. It takes like 2 clicks. I don't feel like doing all that. That's too much work. What you mean? What you mean? Okay, there we go. Jeez, I messed up. No, it's good enough. Change this to live chat. There we go. Alright. Actually, well, I guess until people actually join, unless someone has joined, I just haven't noticed yet. Oh, yep, about my day. Today I went to Walmart and I got more material for making my fursuit of Blawakapis, whom you can see in the corner there. Okay, I'm done with it. And then I came home. I cleaned up my room a bit. Well, I still gotta like clean up my fursuit materials, but other than that, pretty productive. I still need to find some foam. Finding the foam I need has been awful. I checked Joann's, which is closing down by the end of April. For any of you who may or may not know, they got really good deals. I got my fur 50% off, half off. It was $50. I got a yard and 33 inches remaining for $38. Really good. Also, I highly suggest checking Goodwill if you're willing to tear apart old clothes and use this material, because I found a really nice fur coat that I'm reusing, and that bad boy is like another good yard, and I got for $18. All I had to do was take out the lining, take out some metal bits, kind of tear apart. Also, I was able to repurpose the sleeves into the leg fur portions, which were perfect, so I didn't have to do much. And the sleeve cuffs, also good for the gloves. So yeah, no. Maybe I'll make a video someday of me making all of that, but I don't really have a fancy camera or any of that, so yeah. I don't know if, it'd be much help with an Android camera. Since, Android phones are kind of notorious for having the worst camera quality known to man. Man, it's really weird to just talk on the stream without anyone, just in case anyone watches the VOD. So, Yo, chat, how's your day been? Man, that's awesome. Or, you know, if your day hasn't been good, that was awful. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I hope it gets better. Color through his hair now. So, which creepypastas have been your favorite recently? Or like back in the day, I don't know. Yeah, it's no secret that like Kagako is one of my favorites. Very normal about that one. But recently, I've been thinking of like a lot of really older pastas that aren't as well known. Like Seether, for example. You know, who's like kind of in a weird limbo state where like it's kind of known as, oh, that's like Eilish Jack's pet. You know, like how Jeff has Smile Dog. You know, that they're completely unrelated. But nobody really knows it outside of that. Which, you know, kind of makes me upset, a little upset to be honest. Because I actually know, like, a lot about Seether's origins. And it's sad to see people kind of boil it down. Like, they kind of forget its whole thing is that it's not a feral animal. It's actually kind of on par with the rake, I feel. Where they both have some sort of control. Well, not really. Okay, so, while the rake has full sentience, Seether has that, but also the ability to kind of control minds, maybe? I don't know, but it has some sort of influence, because in the original story, right, it sits outside the window of this father who's been like up all night and like obsessed with mysteries or something. I think I might have been like researching Seether actually. And so it uses this weak point to like lure him outside, and then they just kind of stare at each other, and then the guy goes off to kidnap kids and bring them to the Seether, like in his neighborhood, since you know it'd be easy because the kids trust them. And originally it was just to please the rake so that he can continue studying it. And it's like in some weird sense of worship due to his obsession with it. But then, as the kids run out in the local neighborhood, like an area, he's like, I can't bring you anymore. I've run out of kids I can easily bring to you. And Seether's like, no, we ain't gonna do that. Oh, it doesn't ever speak. It just looks at him. And the guy just goes. It's not like really telepathy, actually. It's more so like he just looks at the rake. Not the rake. He just looks at Seether and knows what it wants. It's so cool and I love it. Like, if anything, Seether could have actually had no control over the guy. He could have just been staring. It could just be a wild animal for all we know, actually, and the guy was just that delusional. But we'll know. We'll know for certain. We may never know. And I love it. I love the mystery, the true mystery of Seed Eater. It's so fascinating. And I really wish more people talked about it. Anyways, my tangent to nobody aside. I mean, hey, that's what YouTube's kind of for, though. So you can just yap about stuff, and then people can come by and watch it later and listen to your tangents. That, or, you know, your drum drum. That's a jump scare and a half. Yeah, I scared myself of that. I was like, whoa. I haven't thought about that YouTube channel in forever. Drum Drum's still around, ain't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still around. So I think I saw someone going over it. They kind of really went, they were already downhill, but like they somehow doubled down. I don't know how that's possible. I can actually look it up real quick. Hang on. Here, for all y'all who are watching the VOD, this one's for you. Because you're real for that. Yeah, immediately came up first thing. Troom. Okay, let's go this one. Let's see. Rich versus poor versus giga rich. 4 elements in real life. What? Wednesday Addams versus Enid. Extreme makeover of pickup truck. Those aren't those kids? Why are we doing? Trying Trum's awful kidnapping hacks. Danny Gonzalez actually got me. He replicated that really good. Poppy playtime before in real life extreme makeover. I swear that's AI generated. That looks weird. Yeah, no, I'm getting some weird AI generated, like, shorts. The Trim girl is back? What? I like how there's actually a pretty good equal amount of actual Trim videos and then Danny Gonzalez. Which I feel like really says something. Oh my gosh, my computer froze up. I was like, why are we looking at Trim videos? Get this garbage off our screen. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, let me stop being distracted for 1 second so I can work on this. Honestly, to everyone who watches the VOD, if you can comment, would you all willingly watch me react to Trim hack videos? Is that something we can do? For like a chill stream? We just watch Trim videos together, or better yet, we just look at the thumbnails and not give them views. I think that'd be funny. I mean, one way you can watch them without supporting them is through, like, compilation vids. I'm sure there's a good few people who've made, like, weird moment comp vids. Desaturate his eye socket. Get desaturated, loser. Sorry guys, you gotta look at lineless Jeff for a second. Horrendous, I know. Here we go. paperweight. Alright.
I've just been taking my time, stitching a fabric, no thread is out of line. But I think that I might just be the reason for the patchwork, needle pushing through to fix myself. She said you'll never be good enough, never stand straight enough. Once over, she's out the door. Why can't I be the pony you want from me? City is slicking, I've been stitching easy. All my best, but there's still dirt in my eyes from you. Raindrops, they bounce right off my back, seep into the wounds that I've been mending. One touch of life is all it takes to recognize the life they take from me. I'm more than just another victim, I'm doing okay, can't you see? I've been confessing, overstepping ghosts of yours in a world not made for me. She said you'll never be good enough, never stand straight enough. Once over, she's out the door. Why can't I be the pony you want from me? City is slicking, I've been stitching easy. All my best, but there's still dirt in my eyes from you.
Oh, I hate that. reminder to stretch, but I haven't stretched in a while.
There's something in the air that I didn't taste before. To cherish the splashing water before I make it out to shore. The wind is roaring through my hair. Am I going too fast? It's alright. Don't care if I have to crash. Good grief, it's good to feel alive. And I'm smiling wide. And I know I'm gonna be alright. Na 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 na. Good grief, the world never seems so bright. It's like the spark in a newborn's eyes. When is found an ordinary memory. Every little thing is everything. Life's a mosaic condition. Happiness and songs and laughter. Now you're a real musician.
Oh, phew. Yep, there goes. Shoot. So we're restarting. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm so happy about this. been here all alone for the past mere hour. Yeah, I'm over here drawing Bubby. Oh, hang on, Spooks, do you want to see the finished one that I have so far? It came in just as soon as I finished Jeff's. Background.
Did you hear what she said? She said, couldn't stand it here anymore. I just know that it's all about me.
Oh, right. Because I was like, Lord, hang on. There we go. That is some funky stuff with the background. But if you remove the jump, it's unnerving a little bit. That's what we'll talk about. So, the Paul. Let's talk about the Pauler recently. So like, how do I almost have 200 votes on that last time we checked? I can actually check it again real quick. While I wait for the delay to stop delaying. But yeah, y'all really saw that post. It was like, let me interact with it. Let me leave a little vote. Like, wow. Okay, you guys. I can draw all the horror art I want. I can make all the writing I want. But at the end of the day, you just want to see these creepypastas in crop tank tops and booty shorts. Can't believe this. I'll have you know, only Buddy would probably work as a camp counselor. If he likes anybody, he'll target them. Anyone, anything, nobody is safe. His only rule is that he won't kill kids and he won't kill animals unless in self-defense. Like if it's just a dog, he's not gonna kill it, but if it's a guard dog and it attacks him, then self-defense. Now, is it his fault for breaking into the house? Yes. I can't see how many votes are. Oh wait, I do this. If somebody's okay, what if somebody grows back the heart or lives with that one? In that case, that would probably drive his delusions absolutely to the max. Yeah, no. If they survive without the heart, he's gonna take that as a sign. And they're probably never gonna get rid of him. Even worse is he probably used that to his advantage to like make multiple dolls. Yeah, no, Buddy, for questions like that, really, Buddy's just incredibly delusional. He's like in a constant state of delusion. I like to imagine, it's kind of like how, I imagine that vibe of how Joel G describes how he does the happy voice for Aina. Where it's like this weird off-putting overabundance of joy and whimsy. Low-key, I imagine that's kind of how he talks too. Because, like, yeah, a lot of it is an act. If you're in my Discord server, you saw me talking about it. But it's also not. It's a weird gray line where he is in a constant state of, like, delusional joy and happiness while also being able to fake a lot of it. One thing I don't think I've mentioned before on Tumblr is that he does have undiagnosed autism. Because we all do. But yeah, no. He is undiagnosed. So, he inadvertently has adapted the method of observing people a lot. Like, yeah, he stares at a lot of people he likes, but he stares in general, and that's because he's studying people. He studies everybody he comes across. Whether he's talking to them, whether it's just some random person on the street that he just wants to like watch for a minute. And in his mind, he's taking notes of their behaviors. Like when he's talking to someone who has a lot of friends, he'll take note of how they speak, the tones they use, their eye movements, body movements, even down to how they breathe, and he'll use that and mimic it. There's a recent thing I learned about through Pixie Gags in their Neurodiverse Friends series. Man, I forgot what it's called. Hang on. I can look it up real quick. Yeah, there's this thing. You know, let me just get the name of it real quick. It'll only take a second. Here we go. Histrionic Frenzy. You're probably gonna hear a video play for a second. There we go. Here we go. Histrionic Personality Disorder, or HPD. I'm gonna read the description here, but I highly suggest Neurodiverse Friends if you love a lot of psychological stuff, or if you generally just want to see a bunch of mental illnesses and, you know, neurodivergency being represented in, you know, a not demonizing way, while also being educational. It's also incredibly simplified into little cartoons where they don't even speak, but you can tell from the video itself what's going on, and the description and even the comments also go into a lot of it. But yeah. So histrionic personality disorder, HPD, goes deeper than just attention seeking. It often involves a struggle to build a stable sense of self. Histrybell, the character who represents HPD, feels the need to mirror others to be accepted, sometimes getting a little too close in her search for connection. Beneath her behavior lies deep enough emotional vulnerability, a fear of disapproval, and an intense longing to be liked. But yeah, no, I feel like I didn't know this existed until the video came out, which is why I love Pixie Gags, because she's always teaching me something new. So I might just assign that to Buddy too. I'm gonna wait a bit first and really think about it, since, you know, Buddy is a horror character and a lot of stuff is constantly being demonized. So depending on where it is in terms of representation, which probably isn't good, let's be honest, may make it canon, may have it be something that could be assigned to him. You know, something up in the air for interpretation. When it comes to making characters with stuff like this, of course not in this series, maybe in Drop Off Daycare, but in my future series, you'll see that, like, I'll have some antagonists with a lot of stuff, but I try to equal it out by having a protagonist have the same thing or something similar. Like, I just want there to be a balance, so it could be like, oh, this person has it, it's a bad person because of these reasons, but this person also has it, and it depends on the person. It's not the disorder, it's the person and what they choose to do with their actions. Essentially, I just don't want to demonize it. Because as somebody with so much undiagnosed stuff, who has gone untreated for years, yeah, no, I know how it feels to have a lot of your stuff demonized. But the great thing is, you can go out and educate people. That's good to know. Yeah. Like, it's still crazy that so much stuff is still demonized to this day. But the great thing is, you know, as a horror content creator, you're able to look at all the stuff being demonized and be like, okay, how can I have this in my media without demonizing it, and also bringing awareness that you know, it's not the disorder, it's the person. And how could I mayhaps educate people on the subject? Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but one of my dogs just made goofy noise. That's probably Roscoe. If you ever hear some weird dog noises in the back, that's likely Roscoe. He is a big goofball. I'm pretty sure he's part husky, because he makes a lot of weird noises. He's adorable though. Maybe one day I'll post a picture of him if I get a good one, but issue is it's hard to get a good picture of him because he doesn't sit still. That goober has so much energy. Oh, what was I on about? Oh right. But yeah, no, that's the great thing about making horror content. You can take the stuff that's usually demonized or simplified for the sake of horror and be like, no, here's like what's actually about. Like, I've seen like a few pieces of horror media that actually take mental illness or disorders, and instead of just demonizing it, they show the horrors of like having it, you know? Like a lot of people are always just like, oh well, it's just this, ain't it? You know, you could just take a few pills and it's all good, but like some of the stuff actually goes into the complexities of it and what it's actually like for the person. I also feel like we need more horror media like that. Like, we need more horror media that shows the horrors of going through trauma or mental illness or, you know, especially disorders. Like, instead of making some half-hearted horror movie about DID where, like, the slasher just has, like, this one quote-unquote personality due to, you know, dated terminology. That one alter is a one that just murders, and it's like, oh, I can't control them. I'm constantly plagued by all this stuff, and it's like, what? What? I forgot the name of it. It's an actual horror movie I'm referencing, by the way. I forgot the name of it, but I know that the DID community was not happy about it. It's essentially what happened with Sully. Really. What else is there? I'm trying to think of all of the really bad horror movies back in the day. Man, instead of that, it's really easy to just show that, like, you know, it's not the illness, it's not the disorder. You don't just immediately get, like, an inherently evil person out, like, alter. Great, bring the vote. You don't get an inherently evil alter just from getting DID. And it's still insane to me that some people still think that's how it works. Because it's not. I am friends with so many people with DID, right? It's a way, like, when you're actually open to people, like a lot of those people who demonize her, you know, we're actually open to people and you talk to a lot of them, you find a good few folks with it, and it's really not hard to just be like, hey, so this is really bad, this is a really bad representation of what you go through, right? And they're like, oh yeah, no, it is, it's horrible. It's nothing like that. Oh my gosh, you know. I feel like the misinterpretation of it comes from protective altars, where, for those who don't know, basically, D&D systems, there's a commonality where each altar has their own specific role. You have the host, which, you know, is the main person. I'm wondering about disabilities for training mass male so that can help me when it comes to representation. Yeah, no, dude. Oh gosh. If you couldn't tell already, I could go on for hours about that. I have studied that so much. Yeah, no. It's... Dude. It's even crazy because actually, if you look into independent media, there, even there, a lot of stuff is still misrepresented. I mean, I've seen people even misrepresent themselves. When it comes to portrayal of disabilities and mental illness. And that fear comes from just like, you know, either feeling like they have to simplify to just that, or maybe they themselves don't even know about what they have. Like, if that makes sense. Because I know of one game made by somebody with the idea, I believe. What in the world was that? We just drove a semi through here. Okay. But yeah, no. What was that about? Right. So, there's this one game from a content creator I used to like. I don't like them anymore after this, but they were making a game where the protagonist, I believe, has the ID. And, you know, initially the representation looks fine, and hey, the creator has the ID themselves. But then comes the one alter that's like big, scary, murderous monster. And it's like, what? And it's not just that like the altar is symbolic or something like that. No, they. I don't know for certain. It's been a hot minute since I last looked into it because, like I said, I don't really interact with their content anymore afterwards. But yeah, no, it's basically they kind of demonized it themselves, and it's sad to see because it's like, but you don't gotta do that. Like, if anything, if you really wanted to have an antagonist who's like the main character, you could just have it be a clone or something. Like, why not do that instead of continuing this harmful stereotype that all DID systems have some sort of super mega evil alter? Like, what? You don't have to perpetuate the cycle, honey. You can break it. If anything, since the media also has a thematic of like mistreatment and like the abuse hospitals put on their patients, especially those who are often stigmatized by society, you could have it be a whole message about how you shouldn't blame the disorder or the patient. It's not their fault. And so you should like listen to them, hear them out, and help them. Instead of merely saying, oh, that's just the disorder or disordering or whatever. Like, you can help. But no, we just have big, scary, mean alter again. I should also clarify, I do not have DID. I have not been diagnosed with it. I have not been told I have symptoms by those with it. I do not have DID. All of this comes from my own research, speaking with people with DID, and watching media and commentary made by those with DID. I only hope that the information I'm sharing here and thoughts here are correct and factful, and if I got anything wrong or if I misspoke, I apologize. Please let me know so that I may not repeat the mistake. Yeah, no. Anyways, random tangent aside, how about we get back to work, right? Before my Wi-Fi starts dying. It's getting so cold. Okay, I can't just sit in silence with y'all. Well, on the topic of D&D and representation, I don't know if I talked about before on Tumblr or anything, or anywhere, but I decided to remove D&D from, Leo. AKA Lou. Yeah, no, looking up information on Lou and Sully. Ooh, that, oh. Man, whoever wrote that knows nothing of the disorder. Hang on, just got a text. Let me check this. No, this is my mom sent me a cat picture. But yeah, no. So, yeah, no. I actually talked to like I believe 5 people with DID who are diagnosed. And I told them the whole situation with it, and I said, would it be appropriate or not to keep DID to his character, or should I remove entirely? And without fail, seconds after asking, they said, take it out. No, don't, no. Don't even try to fix that. But honestly, a lot of people still let him have Sully, with leagues better representations, and some of them even, you know, expanded on his system, made it more realistic. Even those with it, you know, of course, rewriting him. And would go on them for that. If they want to do that, go ahead. I'm just going off of, you know, from my own research and the feedback I gotten. But yeah, no, instead I'm just gonna have Sully be like, you know, a stage name of sorts, a persona he takes on whenever he's being violent. In this dark way. I remember what I was originally yapping about now. So yeah, no. I had an idea that Sully is some guy who looks like Lou, and Jeff was convinced he's Lou's good. Oh, I love that. That's actually really cool. Yeah, that's actually super cool. That's awesome. I wish I thought that. Yeah, man. What's another fun thing I can say? Sully, Lou's persona. I feel like it still have a bit of some resemblance to Sully being an alter, in the sense of Lou is in such a state of denial and delusion. Whenever he does take on the Sully persona to look for Jeff, he like it's basically like a method acting situation where he gets so into character to try and cover up his identity. Because in the story, he's a well-known figure, so of course if anyone saw him roaming the streets at night, they'll immediately be like, oh hey, that's Leo, what are they doing out at night, covered in blood? So, of course they adopt a mask and persona. So whenever they are in the Sully's persona, he gets really into it, and it can lead to him forgetting himself for a moment until he snaps out of it. So yeah, not an alter, just a delusional state. It can also help lead to some really good drama. Oh yeah, another fun thing about Sully, he actually has a big inspiration for his design. I don't have them drawn out yet, I don't have his full design thought up, but what I can share is he's heavily inspired off of our good old buddy Scarecrow from the Batman series. So look forward to that. I also don't know if I mentioned that, but Leo, Nina, and Jane will not have a full-on comic. As much as I would love to give each of them a comic, or at least Nina and Jane, because we love our girlies. But as much as I'd love to give them comics, I am one person working on it right now. I have friends who are helping me, but life stuff is, they're not able to help too much right now, but still. Until I can find a bigger team, it's very few comics, but yeah. Trust me, they will have their time to shine though. I hope that I can do them justice in terms of writing, but maybe if things go well, I'll adapt their stories into full-on comics. Especially if I can, release it on some sort of important date like Women's History Month. But we'll see. I am trying to also find time to work on the Jeff comic because I really want Volume 1 to come out on September, and as we know, September is slowly approaching. I don't know if I mentioned it or not before either. Oh. You know what? Honestly, if I'm saying that, I probably didn't mention it. I guess I'll mention now. Each volume, I believe, has 3 to 4 chapters. At least for Harrison's story. But yeah. So 3 volumes, 3 to 4 chapters. That's at least like around 10 chapters. But yeah. And I aim to keep them each fairly short because, again, very small team, or just me working on it. But yeah. So we can take that and try and use it to come up with a date for when Volume 1 will come out. But I do aim to try and get it out in September because, as we know, we don't remember what happened in September. Real ones know that reference. I low-key want to make a Jeff piece to that song. That would go hard. Yeah, I've run out of stuff to yap about. Quick, somebody give me a topic before this stream gets boring. What's your favorite type of creepypasta fic? Oh, man. Man, that's a hard one. Why are you always asking the hard questions? Do I really gotta choose? I would of course say all of them. Because I endorse creativity and fun. But if I really had to choose, I would probably say, honestly, X-Readers. Not for the reason you think, okay? I just think some of them, lovingly, affectionately, some of them are the funniest things I've ever read. Of course, as we all know, we have that one notorious published one on Amazon, Insanity, that strip references the wooden tombstones awoken. Iconic piece of literature. I genuinely want to own one. Of course, I'm not gonna buy it off of Amazon right now with everything going on, but if I can find it secondhand or sold somewhere else, I'm getting it. I have money now. I have a paycheck. I get bi-weekly paychecks. It's going next to my bed. I'm gonna read it every night. Yeah, I know. I love them X-Readers. If anyone watches this VOD, if you write Creepypasta X-Readers, especially if you were one of the most iconic authors back in the day, we love you. We love you so much. You're great. Please continue writing it. I genuinely advocate for people to go back to like those X-Readers that from so long ago that they never finished. And I advocate for them to finish them. Because there is somebody out there who has been checking on that fic every single day, every hour of every day, for months, years even, just waiting for you to finish it. And I know them. I know one of them. It's been waiting for that Huntress X Reader fic for so long. Please finish it. And, you know, if any of you wrote a specific Kakakao X Reader fic on quota, I know somebody who would really like for that to be finished. A friend of mine. Don't worry about who. He looks so cute in this right now, and then you read the title. Yo, Spooks, I actually have a question for you. So, why you in my Tumblr liking all of my posts seconds after I posted them? I be getting notification after notification from y'all. You want to explain? Are you just sitting on there every day, just waiting for me to post something? You stalking my Tumblr? I just hang out. Specifically on my blog, or...
To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Great asset for the first day on the job. Great asset to the first day on the job. Great asset to the first day on the job. Great asset to the first day on the asset. Great asset to the first day on the job. Great asset to the first day on the job. Great asset to the first day on the job. This is for the company. This is your very own autopilot ship. To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Great asset for the first day on the job. Great asset to the company. We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Great asset to the first day on the job. Great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Make yourself at home. Welcome to your first day on the job.
If an entity has come in contact with a crew member, please refrain from immediate self-defense. Instead, ask the crew member the following. Is the entity aggressive? Is the entity distressed?
Alright.
Are you injured? Are you stressed? Are you dead?
I was check something.
Assistance.
Let me show you how I did the cool background.
Yes, you begin your self-defense measures.
So,
Crew member is stressed.
your first step is take your background.
Thank you and happy travels. Are you injured? Are you stressed? Are you dead? Are you injured?
And then you're gonna take your select tool. You select the image. Copy that bad boy. Make sure deselect, paste. Check and make sure it's all good. I gotta go have a good day. No! My one viewer! I wasn't entertaining enough! Anyways, yeah, see ya. And then you're gonna go to oil paint. And then make it all funky as much as you want it to be. I usually do brush size 2 and then smooth 50. And then you go in and you choose if you either want to do overlay, multiply, just give it a funky little overlay on the original background. So it's still tangible. You can still tell what's going on, but it also looks kind of groovy. Now, why would you want to do this? Because it looks cool. Anyway, so that's literally the only reason I did it, because I think it looks cool. Just don't ever get rid of the drawing, because then you get this nightmare fuel. Also, if you ever need to like do weird uncanny backgrounds for give like an AI generated vibe to it, because I know some people need it. I know who you are. You can do it this way. As you see, it does give a good feel for it. I would say try to save the original background, because you know it's gonna be those people who are like, you used AI to generate that image, didn't you? So you could be like, no, I did these steps, and then like link them to like my VOD and like my content too. I'm just saying, touch my little finger together. I also like to just duplicate the layer and like do some funky stuff. Oops. There we go. This is my Tumblr. Where's my music? There we go. Yeah, my foot's asleep. Reminder to stretch. Oof. My shoulders and back just popped such a way. Ugh. I think I felt something shift. I can check my phone real quick. I think done a text message.
phases to rut. What's got you distraught? It's negative attention at best. But call it nothing. Maybe something, a little bit, maybe something to it's all about ascension, I guess. Don't put me to rest. Go on and hand me your clothes. Take a picture or two. I can see you. Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room. Fears, tell me fears, don't get me started. I get a little gray hair for every scare you share. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. I hear your eyes and I see those cries. I hear those eyes and I see those cries. I can't be the only one who hears you. Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room. Fears, tell me fears, don't get me started. I get a little gray hair for every scare you share. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in my eye. Fears, tell me fears, don't get me started. I might die.
Here's your stretching reminder. Man, what if I hit 2 hours? I also thought this, like, in 3D stone would take way longer.
Sipping that tea, I got the world spinning around me. I'm that 4OG girl. You think I got time for your sapity? Bitch, I got a fucking crown and a PhD. So stop messing. I'm fucking over this shit. You guessing. Just sit your ass down a bit. I'm a blessing. Y'all know I'm down with this bitch. Say you aggressive. Oh, you know, y'all, fuck y'all. I'm out of here. I'm out.
Perfect.
Living our lives to the fullest. No wonder you been making up 'cause you're jealous. You don't need of a plot to plot. I hide to what you're overzealous. 'Cause I'm a magic, but you can't kill me. Didn't give a shit till I started getting pretty, and it's all my fucking time. 2 bits, 3 bits for a fucking rhyme. I can give a moment for my sins, but for you, I'd rather water Phyllis. 'Cause I'm succulent and you're opulent, and you say you wanna learn a bit about friendship, saying that you're honest, so you keep on spewing horse shit. It's not fair to me, every ponytail priority in check. 'Cause I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me. 'Cause I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me. And you're a bad bitch, you don't know me. You're a bad bitch, you don't know me. 'Cause I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me.
Hi Romeo.
'Cause that's the magic I've got for myself and my friends.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I can turn it up. 1 second. There we go. Did I ever close my window? I don't think I ever closed my window. Hang on. I'm gonna go check that. Oh jeez, my mic's like really sensitive now. There we go. Now I just stopped peeking. Yeah, my window's still open. There we go. Oh, okay, let's go. Yay! Hello, personnel now. Wait, you're not from like Tumblr or anything? Jeez, I'm still really loud. Hang on. There we go. There we go. That's better. So wait, if you don't know any of us, if you don't know me, how'd you get here? Did you just look up Creepypasta on YouTube or something and somehow got here? What happened? I had posted. Oh boy. It's like I might be streaming for a little bit longer than expected then. Maybe. We'll see. I gotta go to dinner soon, so. I do marketing for friends. I do marketing for my friends. There we go. Okay. So Control E. Okay, do you want to see what all I have drawn so far? Oh jeez, why is the delay like that? I'm gonna assume yeah. So let me just go ahead and... Yep, there is. So here's Jeff. I didn't make him look angry enough, so I added motion blur. Also tried a little new method with drawing out his scars. And I like it, Picasso. And then of course we have Buddy, the fan favorite. Very cute, very polite, very demure. And then we have Giggles, who I just drew. Who's going through it. Let's see, who's next? Oh, Ben's next. Ben's gonna be fun. This is a new background method I discovered. The most normal reaction to Buddy to ever exist. For Ben, I actually kind of just... like, traced over the original image. I might try something a little different with Ben here. Just have more fun with him. Cause like, that's the fun thing about Ben. They don't have like a actual final designer and look. They can be literally whatever. So I get to have artistic freedom with them. Oh gosh, are you still advertising the stream? I was actually gonna stop after Giggles, but you know what? Since you're advertising and I haven't been called to dinner just yet, I'll just go ahead and keep on drawing. Spooks, hi! 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 Spooks, I finished 2 more of them. Do you want to see? Yippee! Alright, so first one that you were here for, I believe, Jeff. This absolute freakazoid. And then we have the fan favorite Buddy. Look at that silly little goober who could do no wrong. And then of course we have Giggles. It's going through it. And right now I'm working on Ben. Romeo, Romeo, are you gonna freak out every single time Buddy's on screen? Goodness gracious. I got spam warning. Yeah, but I would imagine you would. Be careful. I can tell. Nice. Dude, do it. Man, I haven't touched Forsaken in a hot minute. I need to place it. Benny boy! And technically, this is a Benny Bay. But we do have, like... No, I saw that, Spooks. I saw that. It's on the stream. Dude, they should play Forsaken too. Oh, shoot! I didn't know there was an April Fool's Day. Is it still going on? Or it's probably over, but now I ain't it. Shoot. I have not. I wish I did. Neutral. Good save, good save. But we do have Ben Drowned, who is a boy. He's but a boy, just a child. Am I good? Am I back? There we go. Sorry, my Wi-Fi's been kind of blipping out. I'm able to save it though. Yeah. I hate looking at this thing actually. Like, I did a little too good making it unnerving to look at. I've been thinking about doing that. I've tried a few times, but I'm just never happy with the product. But I'll see what I can do. There's a plugin for OBS, it's so cool, and it's awesome to us. Yeah? I've actually never thought about if plugins would work with my Linux version of OBS. I usually just do PNG Tuber and then just cast it as a game capture. There's color blockings. Yeah? It's so what? Say it full chest. Can I use this as a reaction? Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, you got the pronouns wrong. You gotta die. Sorry. They probably are. I imagine right here is just what happens whenever the collective minds are fighting for control. I kind of want to have the vibe of like too much toxic yaoi. Dude, speaking of toxic yaoi, I'm still thinking about Robo Spray and Peter. I still think about the entire interaction that they had. Give me your phone, Barry. Yeah, I gotta stop staring at this for like 1 second. I'm gonna do something silly real quick. You know, here. This is wrong topic. What will a Creepypasta superhero be like? Dude, probably whatever Mr. Creepypasta has going on. That guy. Like, have you seen his Sona? I wish I got the Mr. Creepypasta. Well, actually, I'm not sure if I want it. But still. Which one has the most superhero potential? Okay, in terms of like actual characters, oh, maybe Hobo Heart. Honestly, kind of got the vibes. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Jane. Oh, that aged poorly. That aged like milk. That aged like already spoiled milk. Hang on. Actually, why don't I just paste it in here? Oh gosh, why is it massive? Hang on. Like, look at this dude. Shut up about my phone, okay? It's right next to my- It's right there. Okay? I have to keep it right there in case my boss texts me, calls me in, because we get extra hours for the first due in the laptop. I made the drawing. Yo. I've had my Gar's been teasing me about it every single time. Yeah, he is cool. It's really funny because if you watch his videos, he has the kindest voice when he's not reading, and he also always advertises his wife's teas, like custom made teas. And how he'll slip in like silly little notes despite her saying not to. Fear 100% has a little pangolin stance. There he is! Eat for you. Wee. Alright, do we have any more little doodle requests? Y'all want me to draw anything else? Yeah, of course you're gonna say buddy. They always say buddy. Fun fact, originally Buddy was gonna have his hair cover his eyes. There you go. Hey, buddy. The bodies were just like that. Yeah, for real. Yeah, they were just there. We moved in. They just kind of showed up out of nowhere. Alright, any more quests? Nina? Oh, I don't have a Nina design, actually. Not right now. I haven't been able to think of a good one, but... Wait, I actually have a really old one, but... Yeah, no. I'll try to come up with something on the spot. I'm doing in-character streams. Mayhaps! If I get like a PNG tuber set up. A buddy stream of him playing like Stardew Valley, but like I slip in some mods where you can kill people or something. That'd be really funny. Hmm? My chat display's cutting off messages? Oh, yeah. How I have it, it's weird. Hang on, let me see if I can fix it. Just percent chat. I love it. Give me your phone battery. Shooting the stupid robles. Okay, here we go. Alright. Check out this silly little thing Romeo drew. What in the world happened? Why are you sunburned? Yeah, wait, I'm gonna do something. Pierre handing over his phone battery. There we go. I think that's a good little idea of what I have in mind for Nina. She's still gonna be pretty seen. I feel like giving her a few punk elements too. Yeah, she looks sweet. She looks sweet. She's not. I think if I had more time to put more to the stool, I'd add more stuff to like give her the feeling of like a hyperophiliac, because she is. Um, but yeah. She's so nice. She's not so nice. I think she can be nice. It's just she's kind of closed off to a lot of people. First impression. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what's playing. You know, she can be nice. She's just closed off at first, but you know, once you get past the initial meeting, she is sweet. But she does talk a lot about how much she loves criminals, especially Jeff. Um, she is a college dropout too. Fun fact. What else? What else? She actually after she first meets Jeff, it goes from like an obsession to more so an admiration after figuring out how old Jeff actually is. I forget if I mentioned on stream or not before, probably haven't, but the anime boy Jeff art is canon in Reheated. And when she first saw it, she genuinely thought that was what Jeff looked like. And then she met Harrison, and it's like, oh, you're not an anime boy. You're like a 30-something-year-old man. Still really looks up to him after the fact. How he looks. Yeah. Like, her expectations. I'm gonna try and draw out her expectations versus the reality. I actually also really wanted. I kind of want her design to have a lot of similarities to Jeff. Is Jeff aware of his fan base? Unfortunately, he is. He hates it. The name Jeff the Killer is also kind of reheated, but he despises it because he hates how dumb it kind of sounds. It's used mockingly towards him all the time, and if he ever hears somebody using it on the street or something, he targets them. It is on site. I can't draw in the anime style, so this is gonna be bad. I apologize. Shoot, how do you do this? I need to get like a how to draw anime book real quick. I need to go to my local library real quick and get one. And then the one time you try him. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that one. Whoops. Yeah. I thought you did. Dude, this hurts to draw. Fun fact. I hate this. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, she 100% does. Completely. She's been asked to stop multiple times, but she doesn't. Oh yeah, here's a button-up Jeff art that Romeo mentioned. Sure. I'll put that right there. Sure. Hit shift when resizing, please. Spooks? Bro. Guys, he's just a tsundere. Gosh, this is even more funny because he's missing this eye. Charming, embarrassing character, hear me out. Okay, no, I want to know. How is Harrison... How is he likable at all? I need to know this. How are any of y'all liking this man to any degree? I gotta say that he looks awesome. He does. He does look cool. But how is he pretty, as you guys put it? I feel like y'all seen him like this little anime boy art right now. You know what? I'm not even no. Okay, y'all getting a Harrison doodle. Please be normal. Can we be normal while I draw Harrison? Can we not bark in the chat? This man canonically doesn't shower willingly. He stinks. Where's my screenshot? Can I screenshot this? Let me screenshot this. There we go. Slide the park. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm putting you on blast.